Hey guys, today we are going to explain Love Next Door Season 1 Episode number 2. If you have not seen the first episode, then you will find the link in the description. Episode. In this bath, we see the past scene. Here we see 𝗖𝗏𝗃 with 𝗖𝗏𝗃. Both are working part-time in a restaurant and washing utensils. 𝗖𝗏𝗃 says, "What are we doing here?" 𝗖𝗏𝗃 says, "We are washing dishes." Then the owner of the restaurant comes and brings more plates for them. He asks them to wash, but 𝗖𝗏𝗃 tells 𝗖𝗏𝗃 that I'm leaving, but 𝗖𝗏𝗃 does not let him do that and holds his feet and says, "You cannot go." 𝗖𝗏𝗃 says, "Don't do this, my pants will come off." "But you will not agree." 𝗖𝗏𝗃 says, "I will not go." "Leave me." 𝗖𝗏𝗃 says, "Promise me first." "I promise I will leave her." She leaves her. Next they both go to a shop. They come to a shop where she is buying something. "I say you do part-time work so that you can spend money on these useless things. I can say, what are you going to do with this?" Ho-sang says, "What happened? Are you going somewhere?" "But are you going to go somewhere? But will you clean the dead body?" She says, "You are very impressive. Where did you think of this? We should do this, we will get a lot of money." She can. Next we see the past. She first sees the letter and then she sees her badge in the letter written by Shivguru. It was written that it is made of pure gold. She wears her badge and then comes to 𝗖𝗏𝗃, who was sleeping since morning. But then the sun changed and we see in the present that Mish has come to the camp. And Mish was sleeping in the sheep farm. Mish closes the door with a bang. The box later falls near Mish and she stands. In the next segment we see Ji, who is getting ready and watching news. The same thing happens at Mish's house here. The same thing happens. Ji is listening to news. And at the same time he is telling Mish that, "Shouldn't I wake up Mish so that she can also eat food later?" Mish comes and says good morning to her. Ji says that she has given me a good sleep. She is also saying that I slept like a baby. Even later Mish is eating food. But she says this to her mother. She says that all my Solo's Torah is at work, but Mish does not say anything, but 𝗖𝗏𝗃 says that this money is pretending as if I am not there. I will do it myself later to take the money, but I come to her. "I am here," and she says that what you said yesterday was true. Later at night we will see the scene what had happened. 𝗖𝗏𝗃 was sitting in front of her parents. Her mother says to her that, "Why have you come back here? I do not think you would have cheated him. You are not like that. You cannot cross the line. You have broken the engagement along with left the job some. There must be a reason. Tell me, what is it?" 𝗖𝗏𝗃 says that, "I am fed up with my work and I was getting bored there and I thought that marriage I will get bored after doing this, so I broke the engagement." Mishu says, "What happened? Now what are you going to do next? What is your planning?" 𝗖𝗏𝗃 says, "First I want to sleep first and want to turn off the alarm. I want to eat food with Mishu." She says, "What else do you want to do later?" She says, "I don't want to do anything else and this is my planning. I want to take 𝗙cie from 𝗵𝗶𝗰𝗁 in the present." Miss also says, "Were you serious when you were talking about this?" 𝗖𝗏𝗃 also says. Then 𝗖𝗏𝗃 comes to her room, who is without a shirt. Her sister tells her to wear something, but she says, "Why will I do this? This is just for show. What happened was the time. You will see later," and she will do it. KO happens to be with Mohim. Mohim first meets with suspicion and asks if you are you okay. Later KO is checking Miss. She also sees him and later says to Mohim, "What did you think that I have beaten him?" Mohim says that it is not like that. "By the way, last time when she ran away from home, you had broken her legs." Mishu comes near her and says that, "I have brought a meal for you." Mishu also says to her that, "Only you take care of me." She also says that she was falling again and again. "What have you brought for me?" But she doesn't have anything. Later, everyone is eating. They are also sharing the food. She gives it to 𝗖𝗏𝗃. 𝗖𝗏𝗃 is taking food from the me and says that she wants to talk to me. But now, 𝗖𝗏𝗃 tells her that she has come to meet her mother. Now we see 𝗖𝗏𝗃 here. Dozen is also there, who is arguing about the food. Dozen says that you are jobless. Her sister pulls her hair. And this is also happening like this. Mishu shouts and later she is going to the Cape. 𝗖𝗏𝗃 says, where is my mother going?" Here she says, "Wait for some time." Then we hear that inside Mishu, she is playing drums and trying to calm herself down. Next Mohim says to 𝗖𝗏𝗃, "Hey, tell me what happened. Why did you break your Engagement, and why did you leave the job? There must be some reason. Chakra also says, why are you asking me? Why are you sprinkling salt on my village? Your job is to save people. Why are you not helping me? Mohim says. I am doing the same. First tell me what happened. But here she does not tell. But Seo had also come and was listening to their conversation. Later he looks at the clock and tells Mohim that there are 1 minute left for the clock to ring. Then Mummy runs away. Then she lies down and asks him to come in 5 minutes. But he says that he will not do that. But Shakri starts crying and says that this is a very important matter. Come to me later. But Shakri catches him and says that why did you do all that to me? Why did you hand me over to my mother? You are a traitor. I will kill you. But Shakri says that I did it to forget you. But Chowkri does not listen to her and presses her neck. She also shouts at Mishu. Later Apara comes and helps her. Sakri tells Mishu that she wants to kill me. Mishu also says that you are fine now. Sakri sees both of them and later says that you are treating him as if he is your real son. Miss says that should I exchange you both so that he can become my son? By the way, quickly stand up like this. I had ordered a chawali cake and you go with Sakri. Take the chawali cake to his office. Next, we will see that Moyu is there with Nayan. Nayan is also looking at Sakri's photo. Mangu was also telling her that. Where is she? She has just come here. Why not? Later she comes with. I have a sugar candy which brings shoal cake. Mang also felt that maybe she must be a customer. Now let's make her sit. Let's make her sit. Mangu is saying that she has a call, it will come soon. Shak says no problem. I just came to give the shoal cake. But Mangu is saying that I can give you. If you want, you can give it to me later. She says that the shoal cake is from my mother's side and I have come to deliver it. You are saying that you are childhood friends. She also says yes to this and here she says that. Do you know me? I also says yes. Anaya was sitting nearby and Shak says that I can give you a call. Says how long have you known S? Yes, Shakri says I know him for a long time. Nayan says okay, tell me everything about him now, tell me. Sharky starts telling how I used to come home every day like a rose, but one day I saw that in front of my house there was a boy with his mother and he was there. I met him for the first time. I asked him his name but he did not say anything. He went behind his mother. I came to know that he is weak and I have to help him in this scene. Badangami is seen going out of the country for foreign ministry work and leaves her sons here so that Mishu can take care of him. Servant also runs to her and says to her, you are very beautiful. Later, Shak had taught Shivak how to wash his hands, how to eat food, how to play games. I had introduced him to my friends. In the past, Shak says that I had brought him up, but then he comes and says that Shivak is spreading anger. Later, Shivak says that it is okay, I should file a case against you. But she says, why would you file a case against me? You should pay my taxes. In the past, Mangu also says that his story seems true, but Sangu says that it is not true. He has changed the story. The real story is this. Later, Shivak comes and asks Shivak, what is your name? He looks at Shivak and says that you are dirty because of your face. But something was in her mind. Later she tries to understand this too. In the next scene she meets Sharo again, but this time also she gets dirty. She builds a palace for her and throws it away. In the next scene Seg is coming to the bathroom. But Sharo was standing outside and later she opens the door. Sharo also shouts. Sharo also shouts to her mother and says that he is sexually abusing me. Later, here we also see this scene that the food which Sek was not liking, she gives it to Seg and asks him to eat as a present. Here Seg also says that she took all my chocolates and ice cream, but she says that you don't even know how to use the toilet. I taught you, but Shaw said that you don't even know how to use the toilet. I taught you, but Shaw said that you don't know how to use the toilet. It seems that you were in love with me. You were standing in front of my bathroom. Here she says that I was helping you because you could not open your pet's zip. Later, Mangu and Nayan came out. Nayan also says that this is the first time I have seen Sangu and he is doing childish acts. Mangu also says that we went to the bathroom together. It is really close. Later, she gets a call from her. Next, we see 𝗎𝗎 who is coming to her house. But here she sees that the neighbors are there. What were they talking about? She used to tease 𝗎𝗎 about her daughter. But now she will not get married. Later, 𝗎𝗎 comes to them and says, "What do you want?" 𝗎𝗎 says that I want to tear it into pieces, but I don't know whose I should do it with. Or after these vegetables I come to 𝗎𝗎, who is a real estate agent. And she also tells her that she should meet him outside. She is talking like 𝗙𝗶𝗰 says, that this daughter should not have been killed outside. Now everyone knows why your daughter has come here. You should have learned this. Later she says that what about the opening ceremony? Here she says that you have invited me, but she has also invited that girl. She also calls me, and here she says that how can she do this? Those boys are not even close to us. Why did she invite them to the ceremony? Next we see 𝗎𝗏 who is on her terrace and watching the sunset. Later she sees the boss nearby and then she is making something. Later mom also comes here. Mohim tells 𝗙𝗏 that you called Sai, but 𝗙𝗏 makes a call and says don't call her, but Mohim calls her, and here she says that she calls her. She says that we are having dinner on the roof. You come. Later she tells 𝗎𝗏 that she has alcohol to drink, but she refuses. They see 𝗎𝗎 who is in 𝗍's snack shop and says that she does not want to see 𝗎𝗏. People around her are talking about their own things. Gus also says that she is not happy that her daughter has come to the office. She asks 𝗎𝗎 to talk to her. Why has she come back here? She says that she is hiding something. But Gus had told her to leave the banana. Later she says that she is very independent. She looks as if she is a stranger to you. And she is not your daughter, 𝗍𝗏 also. He says that now you are crossing the line. Next we see Shingu who comes on the terrace. He says that Mohim has brought wine. But he refuses and says that I will also go and get it, but Mohim. She says that let it be. I will bring it myself later. He says that anyway you have come here. Weren't you busy right now we are here? By the way we see that a call went to Mang. And later he comes near him. And he also comes near him. Now he is talking to him here. And here he shows a document and says that our townhouse project is getting delayed due to the construction cost. It has been suspended for a long time. They have been demanding for our design we will not pay. Until the construction work starts again in the present, 𝗍 asks. What happened? 𝗍 asks. Right now your food is burning later. I am checking, 𝗍 says come. I will make it, but 𝗙𝗏 says. No, this is what I have learnt in America now. You eat the food cooked by me, 𝗍 says. How long are you going to stay here? Every brother is asking you. Why have you come? Are you hiding? You should tell your mother about this as soon as possible because she is your mother. Later 𝗍𝗏 also comes to her and catches her and says, that's right, my mother told her to say that. Next we see 𝗎𝗎 who is calling her future son-in-law, but she is not answering. He later comes to the kitchen and so does 𝗎𝗏, who is talking to her mother. He comes but there is no answer and again says, what were you doing on the phone and are you going to the ceremony? 𝗎𝗎 says. Are you also going to go? 𝗎𝗏 says to me. I have been invited but I don't know. Wally later suddenly takes her phone and later checks and says, why are you calling him? 𝗎𝗎 says. You are not telling me what happened, so I am going to ask him. 𝗎𝗏 later deletes the number. Next we see Sangu and Mangu is with him. Sang is asking Mangu if I have to give this interview. Mangu also says that it is for the promo. Sangu is later reading the document. But then Mangu sees here that our reporter who is going to take your interview, who is Dun Ho, is running away somewhere. We also see Dun Ho who is helping our old lady Mila, who is carrying her luggage in a rickshaw. Sango also comes here and helps her. No, he knows her from before. Both of them are here. Mila is helping her in pulling the rickshaw and is throwing garbage in the garbage bin. Later, he is also worried about the fact that Mela does this work every day and pulls the rickshaw. He is also saying that life is very tough. Next, we see 𝗎𝗏 who is going in a bus and later she looks outside and is enjoying the scene of America. What happened is that the company boss told her that there is no need for you anyway. You are Korean, you don't know much. Such things are given in the next episode, in which 𝗖𝗿𝗏 is at his home and she calls his fan, which is fake, and says, "I need you today, later." In the party, she comes to the engineer and she sees that he is kissing a girl like this, but the bus is turning in the gentleman, and here he says that this is the last top. After she comes out of the bus and again comes inside and then sits on the seat, this done, sees whoever is interviewing her. It happens with her. This happens here earlier. He asks that earlier you used to work in the tax branch, now why are you saying a different branch? After she tells me why I did this. I had learnt a lot from that branch and I did this to earn money, right? He says later that nowadays there are branches nearby, you have left all of them behind. How are you feeling? But she says that I am regretting it every day. I have to take a new decision and I start doubting myself whether this decision is right or wrong. Then I get a call from him and he went to see Sam's father. His name is Kang Jung. 𝗖𝗏𝗏 was sitting nearby and you say that the opening ceremony is going to be held and you have to come. But 𝗖𝗏𝗏 says that I cannot come. I have a seminar. I cannot cancel it. I will send flowers to Sam and will also call him. By the way, when are you going? You have been here for a month. When is your assignment due? You say that do you want to get rid of me? You still have to know about it. But 𝗏𝗏 had said that when you get to know about it, then you will come. Tell me later. I had gone next. In this we see 𝗙𝗏𝗏 who comes to her house and sees this nearby. She says that there is a tree at a place. First she looks at it and later brings it to her house, but 𝗙𝗏𝗏 comes out from inside. She says, "What are you doing?" She says that you were at work last night. She tells her that I had asked her earlier. But she doesn't say anything and is going. She stops her here and gives her a tree and says that your ceremony is going to be held tomorrow. So this is a gift from me. 𝗖𝗏𝗏 says that I can throw it away. You can do this. But as soon as its leaves fall down, your company will be closed. 𝗖𝗏𝗏 says that you curse me. I am not taking it. I will go to office later. 𝗖𝗏𝗏 does not take it and says that you cannot return the gift. 𝗖𝗏𝗏 says that it is very heavy. Where will you take it tomorrow? You are going to come to the ceremony. You bring it. But she says that I am not coming. I am busy. She goes later. Next 𝗖𝗏𝗏 sees 𝗙𝗏𝗏 who is at home. 𝗖𝗏𝗏 comes here and asks her, "What are you looking for?" She says that you had bought something for me which was a gift. I am looking for that thing. I can wear it in the ceremony later. She is also looking for it and tells her mother that I had sent things for you from America. Why did you not use it? Miss it here. She says that whenever there is a festival I will use it later. She leaves. In the next time we will see that all come to the ceremony. There she comes here. Anne meets her and says that the little boy has become very successful. I am proud of you. But Sang-gu says that I am a CEO named 𝗙𝗏. The real CEO here. Bang-gu is talking to 𝗙𝗏𝗏 and says that meet your mother. Anyway, now Cory has come to the office. 𝗙𝗏𝗏 later says that I am her mother. No, her mother is here. I will meet later. Hash is meeting later, but the meeting also comes. She is talking to herself and to 𝗙𝗏𝗏. Here she says that your daughter has broken down in the business of business and now she is jobless too. Since 𝗙𝗏𝗏 also does not say anything, she is silent. She was sitting here. She sees 𝗖𝗏𝗏, who comes out of the house and she had come to the toilet. She sees 𝗙𝗏𝗏 alone. She is in the toilet. 𝗖𝗏𝗏's friend who is talking about wife 𝗙𝗏𝗏 and she also says that 𝗙𝗏𝗏 had taken care of 𝗖𝗏𝗏's son and today her son has become successful, but 𝗙𝗏𝗏 is not alive. Miss also does not say anything if she sees that he is talking to 𝗙 and says that you are not going to come. 𝗙 says I have to talk to my mother. I will go later. 𝗙 says okay, I will call him and bring him along. I will bring something to eat for you. Later he had gone, but then we see that 𝗙𝗏𝗏 finds it and sees it here. She comes to her later. 𝗙𝗏𝗏 is also here. But she says that I have come to give it to you. I have found it. 𝗙𝗏𝗏 also takes it. She says you go away. 𝗙𝗏𝗏 is here. She says that she is drinking, but I am sending her and also says that people will talk about you. 𝗙𝗂𝗿𝗄 tells her mother that you feel ashamed of me. That is why you are here, but Miss comes and sees it and tells her that my daughter works for a poor company in 𝗏𝗏 and has lost her job now. Later, she laughs and says that she was joking. She has got a job in a new company. Miss comes here and says that this is my Mrs. house. She will definitely go there. Next, 𝗏𝗏 comes to her house and is in her form and looks at the stars above which she had pasted. Later, her mother comes here. 𝗏𝗏 tells her mother that she is an expert in lying. Did you practice beforehand? But 𝗎𝗍 says that she has not lied. She told her mother that she will go to America. She will book a ticket for her. 𝗏𝗏 tells her mother that won't you wanted me to come to office. So you made my room like this here. And I don't have space to sleep. 𝗎𝗍 says that here it is a different thing. Now like a small child for your room. Don't cry now, you will go to America later. She takes her bag, she is driving. 𝗏𝗏 also says don't do this, but her ma doesn't do this and takes the baby from her. Comes and throws it on her. 𝗏𝗏 says her Marcy. Says she has gone mad, but 𝗎𝗍 says that how can you do this to me, you have cheated me. I have been raising you for so many years. But you have cheated me, 𝗏𝗶𝗰𝘁. But 𝗏𝗏 says what have I done, I have not committed any crime, I have just broke my engagement and left my job. But I feel that I am cheating on you with this. I am cheating on you with this mafia and she says that I don't want to see you. You just keep sleeping all day, after doubt. I am a but she says that I don't know what happened to me. Yes, but I was very tired. I was feeling sleepy too, my work was very difficult for me and you know how much hard work I had done. 𝗎𝗍 says here that I know these days are in everyone's life. You are no different from them, 𝗏𝗏 says. I know, but can't you be on my side, miss? She says. I did this for your education. It cost so much money, you worked so hard. You are going to ruin everything, I can't see you, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, you are my pride. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 also shouts and says here, why did I have to become this, can't I be your daughter for once? She goes out in anger. Now let's see who heard everything. She comes to the playground. And now he is looking at 𝗏𝗏 and says, she says you are not scaring me, 𝗏𝗏 says how did I come to know that? She says I came to know. She says what should we do? Which game should we play later? She asks him to play and asks him to come to her place. But here she says that you cannot even can. When you were small you were afraid to come here, but now you have come and now the servant is saying to her that I am not a child, I have become 10 years old now. Both of them go up to 𝗎𝗏𝗏. Later she starts talking that when we were small things were like this, but now things have changed. Later it was about to rain and I brought an umbrella and puts it on myself, but the servant says, what are you doing? Water is falling on me too. Later she turns the umbrella towards herself and then suddenly laughs, and here she says that I remember that day when I had left a banana on her and she had run away, but now a drunkard had come who caught you, the one who brought you home and saved you. He would have said that he was a good man, but she says that he was not a good man, he was a thug. Later she talks more here and starts laughing, and here she also says that I am laughing so much that tears are coming out of my eyes. After that she lifts the finger, and here she says that you choose an option. If you want to cry, then don't pose to make yourself laugh. Later she starts crying. Let's see the next son, 𝗎𝗍, who is at her home. First she picks up the shoes of her husband's suit and brings it in the room, then she makes the bed and puts on her jacket, and then she was crying here also. Let's see this with the secretary. Secretary says to her that you had heard so much here. She says I had heard everything. Later she says forget her. Go. She says I have already forgotten. Later she says that my mother hates me. She says you also hate her, but as long as you love someone you cannot hate them. Later she looks at the falling star and asks for it. She says what did you ask for? She says that I have asked for my company. She looks at her and says. Later she says I already know that. I knew something is going wrong, now tell me. Why have you gone? Sang is telling that. I have taken a big loss in the company. I feel that I will be ruined. No customers are coming to me and no one is paying me for the designs. Sang is also saying that later you say that. Let's go, who is not paying you? I will talk to him, but Sang said. Let's go and have food first. Next we see Mishu, who comes to 𝗙𝗏𝗏's room. But she is not there, and she also sees 𝗙𝗏𝗏, who is going out and is looking at something in the next. We see Nain, who comes to Mainu, and she says that I have tried to convince some of the workers, but they have agreed to my demands. I am also saying that, how did you convince them? Later Ari tells, and then asks where is She. Next time we see 𝗙𝗏𝗏, who comes to her house. Her father was telling her to eat food, but she says that she is not hungry. Later she comes to the room, and here she sees that her room has been changed from here. Then she comes down shouting to her mother. And here she says, what is it? How did you do everything? She says that I had called 𝗙𝗏𝗏, he did everything. We also see our scene that she had called 𝗙𝗏𝗏, and she says that you can decorate his room again, this also. Up he gives the number, and in the next scene AAP does the same and is decorating the ceiling. There are other people also. He takes their help. He makes them new in the present. Later, he sees 𝗙𝗏𝗏. Now everyone is having their food. Dong Jin also comes to his room. Later, he looks up and there are stars. Later, he remembers a scene where he had pasted stars on the ceiling. Later, he calls AAP and asks what all these stars are. He asks what all stars are there. Y says to her, what are you doing here? You did not live here. But She says that now I will stay here. Later let's see the past scene where Shiva is staring at her but is about to fall from her knees. But She catches her, and later both fall down. At the end of the episode we see they are looking at each other and the episode ends. So guys, now we will meet in episode 3, which is going to come on Sunday. Till then, bye.